G'day, Bowen from Bowen's Garage, and today I found myself in the Volkswagen Golf R Final Edition. Now this is for the type of person that needs a dose of Ritalin, something just to calm them down, because they look at the Golf GTI, a historic performance hatch, they look at it like it's a blot on society, a stain on the hot hatchback segment. So they get one of these. 218 kilowatts of power, 318 newton meters of torque from a 2-litre turbo engine, 7-speed DSG transmission, which is lightning sharp, you'll see shortly, and all-wheel drive. So what does the Final Edition badge bring you? Well, it's not really about performance updates, but only 450 of these have landed in the country. So the chances of spotting one is kind of like seeing an echidna. It won't happen. Although I am in this rather eye-catching Viper Green. I think I like it. It grows on you. Now this car has launch control. Everyone wants to hear about launch control. All it is basically is a system to maximize traction, the transmission and the engine, to give you, the most effective way to propel yourself forward at a alarming rate. 0 to 104.8 seconds, and I've got to tell you, I believe it. They ain't lying. Launch control is rather simple. You do something you don't normally do, and that is turn the traction control off, put it in sport mode, foot on the brake, and then when you apply the accelerator, you let it go to about 3,000 revs and then just let go. Certainly a way of giving yourself a facelift. There's no doubt about it. Look, the most brutal launch control I've ever come across was in the Nissan GTR. It felt damaging to the car, let alone yourself. But that's very bloody impressive, if I may say so. But even though this is just a legitimate rocket, it's still quite practical, which is important. And you get a stack of features. There's a 9.2 inch sort of glass colored touchscreen here, which looks very, very good. It showcases Apple CarPlay with great clarity. I love the resolution of it. Digital dashboards are just the go these days. Anything else is so 2018. You'll find with the Volkswagen group, which includes Audi and Porsche, that they're all sort of doing the same thing when it comes to their infotainment systems, the flush glass and the haptic touch and all those sorts of things. It's really modern and sophisticated. Now, as with any car, you've got drive modes, normal, comfort, sport, and what's the other one? Race, if you want to go to a track day. Putting it in race mode really transforms this car into something quite psychotic. I'll just do that now. The firmness of the ride suddenly becomes very noticeable. It's a bit of a... That was a bit weird, but that sort of, you know what I mean? But, when my wife's in the car mode, comfort, it does iron out the road. It's great. I love it. We've got paddle shifters here, which you might want to play around with if you're having a red hot go. Gearboxes are so good these days, you don't really need them. Unless on a track they'd be handy, but in day-to-day life, don't need it. You also get those black 19-inch rims and lovely, softer touch Napa leather. Rightio, what do we... Okay, let's get to Bowen's report card. This baby, it hits all comers out of the ballpark, and then into a car park, and then into, you know, a lake, to really use a rather complicated metaphor. It's the very definition of a hot hatch, and it sits at the pinnacle of all hot hatches. It's the best in the business. So as a result, I'd have to give it 95 out of 10. I can't give it 100 because that would mean it's perfect. No car's perfect. I'm Chris Bowen. Normal programming will resume right after this video. Until next time, good luck, goodbye.